Good morning, Dr. Blanco. I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity, along with VIP 305, to conduct this interview.
Good morning, Ignacio. Thank you. It is truly an honor to have you, my SGA president, conducting this interview here today.
I'm representing the students of ISPA, International Studies Preparatory Academy, and along on behalf of VIP 305, we're going to start this interview. How were your first days as a principal here in ISPA?
My first days, I think I was on a cloud. I was in awe at the students, at the level of academic rigor in the classrooms, at the level of enthusiasm that the students had for their education. And I was just amazed at how the students wanted to come to school and wanted to be part of this family, because I quickly learned in my first few days that it was a family here at the school.
Right. And what about, it was your first job as a principal, right?
My second one.
Your second one?
Yes.
And can you compare it towards your last school and see how?
Yes, it was very different. I had been a high school teacher and a high school administrator. And when I became a principal, I was placed in an elementary school. So coming back to high school just felt like coming home. I always knew it was something in my life that I wanted to be, which was a high school principal. It was always a dream of mine to stand in that podium at graduation and certify those diplomas. And sometimes in life you don't know how your path is going to go, and I didn't know I was going to end up here. So I think that for me was the biggest joy, was getting to high school so that I could come back to what I knew and what I loved, which was high school.
Talk to me a little bit about the numbers and the stats about the school, because they're fairly good, right?
Yes, we're very proud of our school. Our school's very young. ISPA's only 8 years old. And in a very short amount of time, it has received numerous awards, not only nationally, but internationally. We're the first school in the nation to receive La Labelle France Education Award. We also received the Colegio del Año from the embassy in Spain. We are a school since the inception with the state of Florida. We are a Florida Department of Education School of Excellence, Magnet School of America, many accolades that just go to the credit of the students, their hard work, and of the staff.
And so you basically got awards nationally and internationally. How would you just describe this school to upcoming freshmen, for example?
I would let them know that it is a school that is academically rigorous. It's going to prepare you not only for college in the United States, it can also prepare you for colleges abroad. It's going to prepare you for the global experience that is out there, especially now with technology and how intertwined everything is. It's going to prepare you guys for the real world, and you're going to be more marketable because of the ability to be bilingual, trilingual, and some of you graduate here speaking 4 languages. So I definitely think that we're preparing wonderful adults for the future. And we're giving you that opportunity with rigorous programs, dual enrollment, AP capstone. Students graduate from ISPA with 35 college credits and are entering the university as sophomores, so that's something that we're very proud of.
As a school principal, what's something that really you take as you taking pride in the school?
I think that when I walk into this building and I see all of you, I think to myself, how would I want the principal of my kids' school to tackle problems? And that's kind of like how I go about my day. I realize that you are, even though you're young adults, you're still children. And I think that it's important that we keep that in mind, and that we know that our role is to help you guys and to help teach you, and when you make mistakes, guide you and teach you about why it's wrong, and not just necessarily tell you that it's wrong. I think that that's very important as well. Pride for me comes in seeing you guys receive acceptance letters to colleges, seeing you guys receive awards, seeing you guys be on the radio station, seeing you guys do all of the amazing things that you do, and most importantly, how you come and share it with me. I think that that is my biggest pride, in knowing that you guys know how I feel about all of you, and that you come and you share all those wonderful accomplishments with me.
Right. And how would you describe a perfect day here at ISPA?
Oh, a perfect day. A perfect day. Well, they're almost all perfect. I park in the parking lot around 6 a.m. and I go up to my office. I work and do emails till about 6:30, 6:45, and then around 7 o'clock, all of you start to get here. Many of you don't even let me get downstairs. You're already in the main office waiting to see me and ask me questions. The perfect day is what it is here every day. Everybody coming to school wanting to be here, which I think is very important and very telling. And the fact that I get to interact with you guys every day. I'm out there during lunch with you guys. When you guys have a question, anything, my door is always open. Many times I love the fact that you guys are more in tune to my schedule than sometimes I am. Some of the seniors want my calendar in the main office so they know when I'm here. That to me, like I said, the day here is pretty perfect already as it is.
We have about 400 students, right?
Yes.
School. So what are the good things about a small school?
Well, the good things about a small school are the chance to really get to know all of the students. As a principal, especially of a high school, you have so many different facets and so many different areas that you oversee. And when you have such a big school, you don't necessarily get the time to have that one-on-one with the students. Being in a small school like ISPA gives me the opportunity to get to know all of my students, to get to know about them, learn where they're from, learn their journey, how they got here, their struggles. It also gives me the opportunity to help them in terms of finding out how to help them navigate to what university they want to go to, what it is that they want to do, and just have conversations that I think kids nowadays need, is conversations about just about anything. Just this morning I was telling my girls to remember to wear sunscreen every morning. And those, I think, are pluses to being a small school.
So you would say that you treat every student as if you were their mother.
Yes.
How are the teachers here in ISPA?
The teachers are extremely, extremely highly qualified. Our AP teachers are top-notch. We have a 100% passing rate in all of our AP language classes. Our language teachers are native from the countries. Our French teacher is native from France. Our Italian teachers are native from Italy. And I think that this helps not only in terms of the language component of what you guys are studying, but when it comes to the humanities and geography, because you're learning the culture of that country from actually people that have experienced it. So I think that their knowledge in those core subjects is second to none, and is providing you guys with that information on personal levels. I also think that our staff, again, is so happy and blessed to be in this kind of institution, that they too take on that approach with the students of how can we help you, how can we push you, what can we do for you?
Dr. Blanco, what has been the best story you've had with students here at ISPA?
Oh, definitely that would be the welcome picnic that was given to me by the PTSA and by the students of ISPA when I first became principal here. I was appointed in July of 2017. And that August, there was a wonderful picnic that included all of the parents, all of the faculty, all of the staff, and all of the students. I had only been here a week, and to see so many students and so many parents on a weekend, to go out, to get to know me, include my family, my husband, my children in the event, pretty much just told me the family that ISPA was very early on. And they welcomed me with open arms, and that definitely will sit with me for a long time.
And so you say you met a lot of parents, teachers, staff. How is the culture here at ISPA? Like, how many cultures you can see on a daily basis?
Well, for 300, almost 400 students, we have 39 different countries represented. So I think that definitely goes to show about our level of diversity. We have students from South America, Central America, Canada, and all over Europe. I think this definitely gives us all a sense of what we're all about. To walk down the halls and hear Spanish on one side, Italian on the other, to hear one student talking in English and the other one answering in Spanish, or the same with Italian or France, and to see everybody from all these different nations together in one building, working together in a cohesive environment, just says a lot, not only about our school, but about humanity.
If you could do whatever you can to improve ISPA, what would it be?
Well, I think that if I had autonomy plus an endless bank account, I would include a lot of field experience with the actual academics. And by that I mean a lot of hands-on, a lot of field trips, a lot of interactive, not just learning about different cultures, but experiencing those cultures. And if we are going to be teaching about the history of a country, maybe actually go and visit that country. But again, I would need an endless bank account.
And if you could, just, because here at ISPA we don't have sports, right? But there's different things we do throughout the year to kind of just block that, you know? So talk to me a little bit about what we
being an all-magnet high school and being so small, we're not allocated for a sports program. However, our students are permitted to play for their home schools. We have students here that swim for Palmetto. Actually, one of our students is a great swimmer, actually won at districts for Palmetto. Many of our students play soccer at Coral Gables. Bringing a sports program to the school is something that I know that the kids would love. Logistically, we don't have the field, but it's not, never say never, and it's not something that I will say will never be in our future. But right now I think the opportunity that our students have to participate in the other schools and then bring it back. And what I want to do is build a culture where we are promoting the sport that they're playing, even if it's for another school. I think that that's important. That's part of the holistic child. If he's an athlete, whether it's at another school, I still want to know about the games. I still want to go to the games. I still want to promote the games. And I think that that will also invite more students here that maybe play in other schools.
We also promote various field trips, right? We have the World Cup.
We have the World Cup.
Talk to me a little about that.
The World Cup. Well, I'm so brave. I take the whole school to Tropical Park and we do the World Cup. Our students divide into teams. The U.S., Spain, France, and Italy, and we actually have an all-day soccer tournament. And it's really amazing to see the students engage in this, work really hard at the game, love the game of soccer, and to see everybody else cheering them. And it's an event that unifies all of the students at the same time.
Of course, of course. Well, Dr. Blanco, I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I want to thank BIP 305. Thank you.
Thank you, Ignacio, and the best of luck to you. I know that you're going to have an amazing future.
Appreciate it.